We are here. We are here, and welcome to day number 41. This is what resilience looks like. This is day 41 in the 55-day series, Learning How to Flow in Midlife. 55-day series and 55 days of giveaways. This unapologetic 55-day series is a midlife movement for women ready to break cycles, rewrite beliefs, and boldly shift into what's next. Using the F.L.O.W framework, face the unbelief, let go of the lie, own your story, and win at your next chapter. I deliver daily truths, storytelling, and soul work that challenge you to confront what's kept you small and reclaim the life that fits you now. Each episode is a bite sized breakthrough to help you rise, heal, and disrupt your belief system one day at a time. Somebody cue the confetti. Yes, today's giveaway, 100% free, is lesson 41 in my signature course, Your Midlife, Your Way, a journey to an unapologetically authentic self. The QR code is up in the top corner, but here is a larger code just in case you aren't able to see that one. And the lesson 41 is what's important to you, setting your life priorities. What's important to you and setting your life priorities. Now, let's get into today's episode where we redefine resilience, not as perfection, but as persistence, softness, and sacred strength. Today, I'm going to shed light on how we've been taught to wear resilience as a mask rather than live it as a rhythm, right? This is for every woman who has kept showing up even when the world didn't see the weight she carried. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Is that you? Are you a woman who has continued to show up even when the world didn't see the weight that you carried? Because it's almost guaranteed, just about guaranteed, that by the time we get to this stage of life, we have carried indeed our share of weight, more weight than we should have, not just physically, not just physically, right? Mentally, emotionally. And guess what? Oftentimes, we've carried the weight of others that we should not have. That wasn't even ours, right? Before I get in too far, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at the BS Boss. I appreciate you doing that. Share this with a woman that you know who is in midlife and she is ready to break cycles. She's ready to rewrite her beliefs, her belief system, and boldly shift into what's next for her. If she's ready, or if you know someone who is in that space and you can see that they're just about there, share this with them. And when you subscribe, be certain to click that bell so that when I upload a new video or go live, you will be notified post haste. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So let's jump into today's episode, day 41 in the series of This is What Resilience Looks Like. And we're going to jump into the F.L.O.W framework that I've created. So let's get into F, face the unbelief. Bullet number 1, confronting the belief that resilience means never breaking. We have to face that because sometimes things that bend and are pulled, they do break. But resilience is being able to bounce back or show up again and not throwing in the towel. Bullet number 2, acknowledging the fear of being perceived as weak. Now, I know climbing the ladder professionally as a um, manager, a leader in an organization, as an executive. What is the statement? The cliche: never let them see you sweat, right? And not being perceived as weak and showing up as strong. There is a big movement right now. Um, I know this video will live on for perpetuity, but whenever you are watching this, even if you're watching the replay, even if you're watching this decades from now, we are in a season where you'll see a lot across social media that talks about the soft life, right? Because before now, women have been encouraged to show up as strong and fortified, and 2 feet flat on the ground, and not showing our weakness, not showing our softness, because we were told, I know I was told, that in doing that, that is often why women aren't in leadership roles. Women aren't executives. We weren't in the C suite because we couldn't handle it. We weren't tough enough. But we have to face the unbelief by acknowledging the fear of being perceived as weak. It's not weak. It's not. And the third bullet is naming the pressure to hold it together at all costs, because we've done that. We wouldn't be here where we are today. We wouldn't have been where we were in our careers because we were holding it together at all costs. But that cost was very pricey, right? That's why we're in this space and time when we are in midlife and we're having to release things, and we're having to redefine ourselves, and we're looking in the mirror, having some conversations with ourselves and in therapy and in our community, so that we can redefine who we are and shift into what's next. That's what all this is about. That's what I'm doing now, because this midlife, baby, when I tell you this is something different, it is something different. And because it's different, and because I want a different result, and because I want to enjoy this chapter of my life far more than what I enjoyed the previous chapters. And I have, but in a more freeing, easy way. This is what the flow framework is all about. So we have to naming the pressure to hold it together at all costs. Because at this stage of life, baby, we ain't paying for nothing that doesn't have a good ROI, a good return on investment. We're planting seeds that we want a good return to enjoy this phase of our life. So that's face the unbelief, the F and flow. Let's get to the L, let go of the lie. Bullet number one: releasing the lie that resilience is about constant toughness. Honey, relax them shoulders. Oh, let it go. No more. We are not a rubber band. This is not the stage of our journey where if you work out and you have the resistance bands to build up strength and build up muscles and resistance, we're not here no more. Okay? This is not, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Take the resistance bands off your life. Take the resistance bands off of this stage of your journey. Burn it, put it in the trash, disregard it, discard it, so that you don't even see them anymore. Bullet number two: letting go of survival as the only sign of strength. We are not in survival mode. We are in thrive mode. No more survival mode. We are in thriving mode. Bullet number three: dismantling the myth that struggle makes you more worthy. Baby, the struggle is over. Sit in that. The struggle is over. Relax. Breathe. Enjoy the view. Enjoy how you're feeling at this moment in time. This is what all the labor was for and about, is to get to this stage and just no stress, struggle, or strain. You're worthy as you are. Oh, own your story. Bullet number 1, naming your scars and honoring your softness, right? Honoring your softness. This is the time. My grandmother used to, my paternal grandmother used to say, Bessie used to say all the time, once the adult, twice the child. This is an opportunity to revisit the little girl inside, to revisit some dreams and hopes and aspirations and fun things that you used to do that you put aside because life showed up, and being a spouse or career or mom and all the things showed up. But this is a time to name your scars and honor your softness. Bullet number 2, validating the silent battles you've endured. Listen, you talking to me. Nobody else can hear you. It's just me and you. You have silent battles that you have endured. I know this. I know this. I have them too. You are not alone. The battles that we have fought and been in that we didn't even have the heart to share with anyone or our community. We didn't even want to share them with ourselves, to be honest. But we knew in order to get through them that this was going to require isolation. This was going to require time, one-on-one time with our creator God. This was an inside job. Those battles, those things that you don't shout from the mountaintop that you've had to endure and deal with. Validating, I'm validating you. God is validating you. Those were real battles. Those were real experiences that you endured. Those battles are who have helped form you and who you are, to help you to continue to show up in this resilient self. This is what resilience looks like. I am a firm believer that God is a God of repeat performances. And because you have endured the silent battles that you have, that's just God showing up again and again. And God is showing up again in this stage of the journey. But we're dealing with transitioning and showing up in midlife in not a so silent way, right? And the third bullet for Own Your Story is redefining resilience as wholeness. Wholeness, not just hustle. This is an opportunity. I see this as an opportunity in life to, I don't want to say pick up the broken pieces, but examine them, right? And just like putting a vase together or a broken piece of glass or a torn picture back together again, this is an opportunity to see what serves us and put it back in, and what no longer serves, and finally just releasing it and letting it go. Because now it's about us being whole and having a full life, a full, healthy, whole experience. Just like when you think about whole foods, right? At this stage of life, I can't eat all the stuff that I used to eat. But whole foods in their natural state are better to consume for me at this stage of life than foods that have been manipulated or processed and that sort of thing. So this is what we mean in terms of um, redefining resilience as wholeness, not just hustle. What makes us whole and doesn't poke holes? HOLE, right? That's how we own our own story. Let's get to the W in the flow framework. Win at your next chapter. Bullet number 1. You're not ready. I know you're writing these down. You can do the replay, you can rewind, press pause. Bullet number 1, living, active, a verb, doing, living from rest, not resistance, right? because earlier in the process, in our flow process, we talked about eliminating, throwing out, burning the resistance bands on our lives. So at this stage, for us to win at our next chapter, we have to live from rest, not resistance. Bullet number 2, embracing resilience as a form of rebirth. Woo! Freedom. Embracing resilience as a form of rebirth. Every time we bounce back, every time we show up, every morning that we wake up to a brand new day and new mercies, this is a rebirth. That's why the Bible talks about morning by morning, new mercies I see. That's because morning by morning, rebirth, rebirth. Yesterday didn't take me out. It's not my time yet. I'm still here. So I'm going to embrace this opportunity as rebirth. I get a do over. I get to add on. I get to expand. I get to learn. I get to apply the lessons that I have learned. Ooh, doesn't that feel good to you? Ooh, that does something. And the third bullet, letting letting your story inspire, not imprison you. Letting your story inspire you. You are an inspiration, sis. You, yeah. You, your life, your mere existence. The fact that you made it here to this stage in midlife and endured those silent battles and dealt with breaking, being afraid to break and being presented as weak and having to be strong over and over again. Your story is inspirational. It's not to imprison you, it's to liberate you, hon. It is to liberate you. Liberate you to share your story so that you can share that inspiration with a woman behind you. What I'm finding, and again, the whole reason for the podcast, that BS podcast that I've created, the whole reason for the Belief System Boss Institute and this series and the flow framework that I've created is about inspiration and leaving, forget breadcrumbs, leaving a whole loaf for generations behind me to help us currently in our present, right? Show up better and win in our next chapter, but also leaving evidence and bread for those, for my daughter, for my nieces, for my cousins, for those women that are coming behind me, because the generation before us didn't do this. They didn't do this. The women before us have had health challenges, had all kinds of stuff, but they didn't share their story. They didn't talk to us. So a lot of this figuring out and stuff that we're doing is not a waste of time, but it's taking up time that we could be more busy living and doing and showing up better. So I'm doing this to help us now, but also to help generations behind us so that they can make different decisions, better decisions. So when they get to this point, they're like, oh yeah, that's what Dr. Lisa was talking about. Oh, so now I can really ease into this midlife thing and ride it, baby, till the wheels fall off and have a good time at it, right? So that was let your story inspire, not imprison you. And I challenge you, put in the comments who you're going to share your story with today. Not tomorrow, not next week. It doesn't have to be a special program or anything like that. When you're on a train or when you happen to pass somebody in the street or you happen to be sitting next to somebody in the movie theater or whatever, or standing in line in the shopping mall or at the CVS or at Walmart or wherever, right? You happen to be standing there and you see a young lady and you just chat up, hey girl, you looking good. How are you? And then share something to inspire and encourage them when you hear where they are and where they're coming from and how they respond to you when you ask the question, how are you? and you listen and pause and wait for their response, because your story is inspirational. It's not imprisoning. All right, so our call to action. Pull out your journals. I got a couple of questions for you. Ponder this. This is your writing prompt for today's, as a result of today's episode. Question number one: what does resilience look like for me today, right now, in this moment of time? What does resilience look like for me today, right now, in this very moment of time? Question number two: how has my understanding of strength evolved? How has my understanding of strength evolved? You know, doing life in community is amazing. Feel free to put in the comments how you answered these questions, one or both. I'm reading your comments and I appreciate them. Then share this episode with someone whose quiet power deserves to be witnessed. Share this with someone. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of That BS podcast and the next day in this series, learning how to flow in midlife. And as a reminder, today's freebie is lesson 41. 100% free. It's a video, self-paced. You can just download it and watch it and take notes. But it's what's important to you, setting your life priorities. It is lesson 41 in my signature course, Your Midlife, Your Way, a journey to an unapologetically authentic self. And here is a larger QR code for you to follow. And it's also, the link is also in the description of today's episode below the video. So I look forward to seeing you on the next episode, the next day, in this 55-day series. Love on yourself, release yourself, and enjoy what resilience looks like today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next episode.